Hi everyone, I'm Simon from Sterling Coaching and welcome to this week's Monday's Moment video in which I want to talk to you and discuss about the power of the mastermind, the group session in which you bring the collective mind together and what extra value that can bring, and that some of the great people like Edison and some of the outstanding thought leaders of our world and of our generations have done this and taken the value from the mastermind. So I want to talk about that and I'll see you in just a second. Now, I'm a bit of a Star Trek fan. I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't seen anything Star Trek for a while, or certainly I can't get access to it if it's on Paramount or something like that. But I always remember when I hear the word mastermind or the words collective mind, I always think of the Borg. And the Borg in Star Trek, particularly Star Trek Next Generation, in which Jean-Luc Picard so admirably went to battle with, the Borg were seen as the galaxy's most formidable power and source. Not only because they assimilated things, because in all different science fiction we've had plenty of that, but it was the fact that they were all collected together in one mind. They could all hear each other's thoughts. They could all communicate effectively with each other. And to me, that reminded me of some of the lessons that I've taken away from being in a mastermind. And in some of these episodes, you've got all of this confusion, you've got all these different moving parts, you've got all these Borg beings, all with different roles. Yet throughout all of those different things, all those different connections, they all managed to communicate. But even then, when all that noise was happening, the Borg had to stop and listen. They had to very often reconnect to what somebody else was saying. And in the mastermind groups that I've been part of, that's something that I've had to do. And I had to realize was that, yes, it's great to participate. It's great to engage with people in a mastermind group. But sometimes to take incredible value from that group, you need to actually stop. You need to be still and you need to be silent and you need to listen. Because there are some real nuggets, there are some real sparks of your imagination, your mind, your ideas that can be said by other people that you will miss if you're not silent and you don't listen. So if you really want to break through that noise and connect to those amazing ideas that come out of a mastermind group or a coaching group of any sort, then take that first lesson. Be still, be silent, and listen. Very, very important. And of course, as you're doing that, you'll be taking lots of notes. Okay. And again, I used to sit there, and when I learned to be quiet and to listen, I then would fill sheets and sheets of paper with action after action after action that I would do. And I realized that what I needed to do, if I was really going to scale my own business, if I was really going to work on my own business or my own coaching practice and really get to those new heights, then what I had to do was pick one thing, one golden egg that was the big prize, that was the one that was not just a big prize, but it was easy to implement within the next 3 days. And I went to see Tony Robbins some years ago, back in 2005. And I remember on the very first time I went to see him, we'd had 4 days immersed with Tony Robbins and the team. And he said, right, there's 10,000 people in this room. You're all going to go from here and you're going to have the best intentions of implementing so many different things from what you've learned over these 4 days. But you will have forgotten most of that by the time you get to the car park. You will have forgotten a huge amount of it by the time you've driven home. And by the time you sit down and you start to implement it, you will have lost the impetus. So he said, what I want you all to do, I want you to write down one immovable thing, one thing that without exception you will take action on. One golden egg that you can take away, that you can implement without exception, that you can be determined to do, have the discipline to do within the next 3 days. So if you can do it right now, great. Start implementing it right now. So I was making phone calls on the way back, getting this one thing started, even as I was driving back. Because if we have lots of complexity in our businesses and our coaching practices, very often we don't have a clear linear route to success. Now, it's never that clear, it's never that simple, but if we want to narrow down that complexity, then we've got to make sure that we focus on that one thing. And that's really, really important to do as well. So if you want to see what a mastermind is like, you will see group coaching demo. I do 4 of these a year. It's the last one at the end of November, November 22nd at 5 p.m. UK time, 12 noon US Eastern time. If you want to see what my format is for group coaching sessions, perhaps you're thinking about running one yourself, perhaps you don't have a clue what a group session is or what a mastermind group is, then please come along. There's no sales pitch, I promise. There's absolutely nothing but for you to learn from bringing your problems to the table and then listening to other people. Not only can you get your own problems talked through, but you can take some great experiences from other people and you can contribute to their solutions as well. And of course, if you're already part of a mastermind group, if you're already part of a group coaching program, amazing, congratulations. Take some time when you're in those sessions to listen, to write down those actions, but then to go away and pick one golden egg that you can really use to make a difference, that you can implement within the next 3 days of finishing that session. That's what I do in all of my sessions. That's what I encourage all the people in my groups to do. What one thing can you do in the next 3 days and make sure you can make a difference to your business and to your progress by focus, and at least get that one thing done. Of course, if you get that one thing done and you remember what the others are, keep going. I'm not saying do one thing and leave all the rest behind, but do one thing absolutely with determination and implementation and completion. That's what I challenge you all to do, and to listen as you go through each one. I hope this has been of some use to you, and I hope you take benefit from any groups. And remember, a mastermind is about piling on huge, massive value that you can take away from any kind of interaction with other people, any kind of learning, any kind of collective mind that gives you inspiration through seeing what other people are working on and them giving you ideas as well as you giving them ideas. It's an incredible thing. It's been around for generations, it's been around for centuries. We don't use it enough, and we should do. And a couple of good tips today of how you can get more from it. And as always, I'll see you in the post during the week, but also on next week's Monday's Moment video. Bye for now.